Hey guys, so I got it fully insulated. I don't know if you guys can see that gray insulation in there. My camera, I don't know what happened. It kept telling me it was out of memory. So I thought I recorded all of it. And then I've got receps put in. So I don't know what happened to this stupid camera. Receps are put in, they work. Trailer's fully insulated now, guys. Roof, walls. So, spray foam the corners there, because it has the wiring in it, and I didn't want to bury that wiring. So, I still have access if I need to change the light, tail light or something. There's another recep there. But yeah, it's fully insulated and we got receps, so sorry I didn't get it videoed. I thought I did, but yeah, again, something jacked up with my camera. Kept telling me I was out of memory, and I'm like, I got 2 gigs, what are you talking about? Or no, 250 gigs. So the foam board we ended up getting was gray. Lowe's didn't have the Pink Panther as well, but the gray is the same stuff, and it had like an R value of 4 or 5, something like that, if I remember right. So yeah, the foam, the gray foam was a lot easier to cut too. That white styrofoam crap, that gets everywhere. You know how styrofoam is anyways. So that really helped out. It fit in there real tight. You can see it up in there. It fit real tight. We got the wiring done. Yeah, we'll move on. Plan on taking it once I get the inverter installed and the solar panels, see how it does. I'm gonna take it to Oklahoma, deliver that tile, and plan on sleeping in it each night. I'm not getting a hotel or anything, so. We'll be at my daughter's house, and then we'll be at my son's house, so we can take a shower when we go inside. But we'll use this thing to sleep in and see how it does. All right, guys, I wanted to show you what we got done so far. I tested everything earlier. Sorry I didn't show you that. Our batteries are putting out like 3 volts with the switches off, so that's why this little light's on right here. If they got built-in switches down, you can see the little blue lights. I'm gonna go over what we got going on here. So we've got our batteries. They're 12-volt batteries, 480 amps each. But since I've got them in series, we've got 24 volts at 480 amps. Or 460 amps, sorry, my bad. 460 amps, so they're in series. You just tie these negative positives together, and then over here, you just come out with your positive. Going through a 250 amp fuse here. It's gonna go through this guy here, but I ran out of wire lugs. I've got some coming. This line coming out over to the bus bar. I've just tipped it in for now so I can test some stuff. So that'll get shortened up, and this will run through here, come out, go back to the bus bar. Your negative comes into a bus bar over to our inverter. We've got a negative coming up here. This is a 24 volt circuit because I'm gonna run 24 volt lighting. All I gotta do is turn these batteries on and we got lights. So right now it's just tipped in. I'll get all this cable management done. This is a 24 to 12 volts in case I do anything with 12 volt. I went ahead and threw that in there. We've got no fuse in here, so we don't have to worry about this thing being charged up and open ends and stuff. You know, we got 20 amp fuse here. I'll run another string of ribbon light, which it'll be 24 volt, and I'll probably put it on 20 amps. 24 volt, you don't have to run as big as wire size and stuff. So I'll probably switch this down to a 10 amp fuse. My cabinetry is, I've got a lot of thinking to do about it. I'm gonna enclose all this in cabinetry, but how I wanna do it, I haven't determined yet. Over here is our input from our solar. I've got it installed and plugged in here for now. I don't have my solar up on the roof yet, and this will be my kill switch slash breaker for the solar panels. Well, come from the roof. Like I said, this thing's all operational. I've tested it. I ran that heat gun at 1500 watts. It was like no problem. My lights, all I gotta do is hit these 2 power buttons here, and boom, see, we got lights. So that's the reason I'm not worried about this yet. That's because I do have switches here, and like I said, it runs 3 volts through it anyways. For some reason, that's the reason that red light was shining. I had my phone charging, that's the reason I had this in. I don't know if I talked about this yet. This is a 110-220 panel box. This is going to be running my 110. I'm not going to have any 220. So I've got some 10-2 coming from my inverter over and up. I've got this little thing temped in for now, just so I could test some things. My 110's coming in here. These are designed for 220 as well, so that's the reason you got this bar going across here and this one going across here. What you do is you bring one leg of your 110 over here, and your second phase comes over on your other leg and goes in over here. And then when you combine the double pole breaker, which is hitting here, and then off of that one there, you get your 220. So you got 110 and 110. I'm not doing 220, so I went ahead and just threw a jumper in here, and that way it gives me 110 all the way across, and I don't have to worry about it when I add more breakers. I gotta skip spaces. That's what we got so far, guys. Turning out great. I'll keep you guys up to date as I go on with this, once I get like cabinets and things like that done. But this video is gonna be about these batteries, the inverters, how I got it ran, and the air conditioner, and then we'll move on to some other things. Guys, so we got this much done inside. The lines are ran, electric's hooked up to there. Now we just need to hook it up to the outside unit. I noticed a lot of people coil up what's left over on their lines because it's too long. I'm gonna be cutting mine so that it's not too long. The reason that some would coil them up is because, like Mr. Cool, those lines are pre-charged with Freon, so you don't really want to cut into those, so they'll loop them up. If you do loop them up laying down horizontally, because if you do it vertically, you're going to trap oil. It causes a trap. Just so lay them flat when you do it. The other thing is, if you do cut your line sets, they've calculated the length of the line sets that they send with them on how much Freon they put in the system. Unless you know exactly what you're doing and know the charge pressures and all that stuff, that would be another reason why you wouldn't want to cut them. We'll have to release some of the Freon because it'll be too much and won't cool properly. Now we'll just go outside and start hooking all that up. All right, I've got quite a bit left over here, probably about 5 feet or so. I'm gonna cut it and reflare it because I don't need all that pipe, and I'm not curling it up like some of the other people do. All right, I'm gonna cut it off here, and then I'll cut the other one. I'll probably trim back some more. I'm cutting a little long right now so I can fish it up there because I want to be able to fasten it real well over here. And then we will ream it with a little reaming tool. So I'll be right back. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ream that with a little reaming tool, and that takes that sharp lip that's inside there out, because when you go to flare it, it'll kind of fold that lip and mess up your flare. It won't be pretty. See, this is the original flare. Come on. If you don't get that reamed, then it folds that edge up there at the very top. Now that's the original flare, and it's a pretty good flare. All right, got this one reflared. I wanted you guys to see what we got here. This thing would focus. Wow. There we go. So when you put it up there against there, you just look and see how well it fits. If you're not used to these, and you can see pretty clean little fit. So yeah, don't forget to put your nut back on there before you flare it. This one's done. Fixing to tighten this one up, and then we'll take this off, pull the vacuum, and see if we got any leaks.